Yo, what is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. It is time for episode 26 of our Formula 1 23 My Team Career Mode. We are past the halfway point of the season now. This is race number 6 of 10. We got those short 10 race seasons, and we are in a decent spot. We're leading the Drivers' Championship, and we are leading the Constructors' Championship. Now, you might think that's a great position, but in terms of R&D, we're like the 4th or 5th fastest car going into this race, so that's one thing that isn't good, because the other drivers are really good, and if they have the car, you know, they are going to close in on us, and they have been in these last few races. And then on top of that, we got our teammate Yuki Tsunoda, who I'm completely done with. We are trying to re-sign a new teammate as soon as his contract is over. I tried to do it after the last race, but I was not able to do that. And if you guys did not watch the last video, be sure to go watch that, because you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. And spoiler alert, Yuki Tsunoda was leading the race by 6 seconds about halfway through. I think everyone was going in for their pit stops and such, and then he spun it. No one crashed into him or anything. There was no one around him. He just spun the car, finished in P7, and then shortly after, he DNF'd with an engine issue. So, you know, even if he did not have that engine issue, he would be like in P7 or something like that, maybe a little bit higher, but he hasn't managed to work his way through the field too much. He kind of finishes at the same spot he started or lower. So, not great for Yuki Tsunoda, but because of those two things, it puts us in a tricky spot going into the remainder of the season, and now we have to get these upgrades in as quickly as possible, or get as many upgrades in as quickly as possible. We have a ultimate upgrade in this one that's been long awaited for I think 3 or 4 races, but it's finally in the car. It's an ultimate upgrade, so you can really feel it through the corners. You're able to just kind of throw the car in there. But even after getting that ultimate upgrade, the other teams have also brought ultimate upgrades. So we move up a little bit. We're the 5th fastest car, I believe, maybe the 4th. But there's Ferrari, McLaren, Mercedes, and I believe a Red Bull. Those are the 4 teams in front of us, if I'm not mistaken. So we're going to keep an eye out for those drivers there. But we are here at Zandvoort for qualifying, and Yuki Tsunoda does have a pretty good Q2, finishing in P2, and then we just squeeze in there. I believe it was P8, and then we are on our final flyer here, trying to see if we can pick up a little bit of a tow from these drivers coming in, just finishing their hot laps. Lando Norris puts up the fastest lap with a 1:07.2. That is going to put him in P1. Yuki Tsunoda finishes his lap, and he's going to be starting in P10, it looks like. I think that was his final flyer, so he's not going to improve on that. Alex Albon in P9. And we got myself in P8, getting a little bit of a tow from Piastri at the end of Sector 1, up to 0.3 of a second now, flying through the corners once again. And I'm hoping to get on the front row here, because we really need a good start if we, you know, want to win the race, because we got to carry Yuki Tsunoda as well. He's not going to be doing much back there in P10, especially at Zandvoort, where it's very hard to overtake. So through the bank corner, we're up 0.4 now, and this should be a good lap here. Our previous lap was a 1:07.7. 0.4 would put us at a 1:07.3. Not fast enough for pole position, but we are starting on the front row in P2, so if we can get a good start, overtake Lando Norris, who's starting on pole position, then we should be on our way to at least a podium, I would say. Hopefully a race win, but I haven't raced Zandvoort in a while, so let's get into it. Let's see what we could do in the Netherlands here. So we have a pretty good qualifying. We saved the day, and we are going to be starting on... Wait, hold on. We're starting on pole? Someone got a penalty. I think Lando has an engine penalty because we qualified P2, but we're starting on pole position in front of George Russell, and I'm not going to complain about that at all, especially at a track like this where very difficult to overtake. Not too many overtaking spots besides Tarzan's corner, so hopefully we can get a good lead here, and our pace is good. The car feels great after we got the ultimate upgrade in. Can really throw the car around these corners in the high gears. Not too much of a need for downshifting outside of the slow speed corners, but we also have to continue to keep an eye on Yuki Tsunoda. Just because we did say we are going to try and get a new teammate doesn't mean we don't need him anymore, because we are still in the fight for the Constructors somehow. I mean, I am carrying the lead in that Constructors Championship, but with all these teams getting all these upgrades in, I don't know how much longer we can hold it for. If we get a good race here today, maybe keep McLaren and Mercedes, you know, out of reach for the time being. We got 5 races left in the season, including this one, and we are way too early to the line. But let's get into the race here. We're just going to put out these tires, wait for these guys to show up. Yeah, let's see what we can do here in Zandvoort. Here we go for the Netherlands Grand Prix. Can we get a win here in Zandvoort? We got 5 red lights, and this race is underway here, and I think we're going to get a great start off the line. George Russell does not get off the line well, and we are leading going down into Tarzan's corner. Not too much of a run from the start line. Alonso trying to see what he can do here. He's trying to go for his first win since 2012. He has not gotten a win in that McLaren yet, I believe. So he's going to be on the attack here, and we just got to, you know, be wide. Do not let him squeak through a corner that he's not supposed to squeak through. The only place he should really be overtaking us at is Tarzan's corner. Anything besides that, that's a defensive error on my end. Alonso is going to have DRS here. The DRS has been activated on this last lap. He's going to get a run on us. Down into Tarzan's corner, we're going to activate the battery. He's already wheel to wheel with us. And not much we can do here. Maybe try and go down the inside of Tarzan's, but no, he's going to shut the door. And we are now behind Alonso into P2, so he is leading the race. We got Verstappen and the Red Bull behind us. No sign of Yuki thus far. So now we need to stay within DRS range of Alonso. Otherwise, we're going to be in a little bit of trouble. We got a lot of batteries saved up, so we're going to use it just to keep that gap. So within 1 second. And we're also going to be in Alonso's dirty air, so got to be a little bit more careful, especially through those medium speed corners or the high speed corners. We've fallen out of DRS range of Alonso. We're not able to keep up in his dirty air. Verstappen now it's going to have DRS, so we might be falling down the order here as Verstappen is going to have DRS, and he's already right there. There's nothing I can do on that one. So now we're going to have to ride Verstappen's coattails and hope that we can keep up with him. Maybe he can tow both of us together to catch up to Alonso, as Verstappen looking very quick today. All right, so Yuki Tsunoda is down in 7th place. He's right behind the Mercedes, and we are getting overtaken by Carlos Sainz at the moment, or at least he's trying to. We just don't have the pace today. I don't know what it is, but oh god, I had to leave him space there going into turn 2, but we're gonna squeeze out in front once again, juggling topics. But yeah, we are not looking too quick today, as Alonso and Verstappen have 5 second and a 7 second lead over us, and we are down here battling for the final spot of the podium, which by the looks of it, Sainz might take from us fairly soon, because we again are not quick at all. But maybe we can play some defense on Carlos Sainz, try and get him to screw up here, go for a move, and now buy us some extra time, as here he goes down the inside. We're going to be on the dirty line around the next corner, but as we hit the DRS activation point, Carlos Sainz is going to have his rear wing open, and he's going to go for the move here. I see Albon hovering back there, and there's not much I can do. Maybe we could go for a dive bomb down the inside of Carlos Sainz. No, and he shuts the door on us. We're down into P4 now. He has a little bit of a slip up, but not enough for us to get back to Carlos Sainz. Oh man, this is not looking good right now. Now we got Albon on our tail, and then Tsunoda is right behind him. So we're the slow ones today. Tsunoda looks like he's doing decent right now. Hopefully he can keep all 4 tires on the track this time. But yeah, we are falling down the order here. Albon with the DRS. He's not going to have enough to get past us this time. And I see Yuki hovering as Albon tries to go down the inside of Tarzan's corner, but not enough. Yuki Tsunoda right there now. So I think what we might have to do, if Albon gets past us, we might have to swap me and Yuki, because A, I want to get Yuki's confidence up, even though he's on our teams, or I don't want him on our team anymore. He's still on the team, so we need all the help we can get from him, and if he's quicker than us, we're just going to have to make the sacrifice play. We're not going to hold him up. Yellow flag, there's Duan. No safety car somehow, but hopefully we can hold this. or at least try our very best to. Maybe Yuki Tsunoda can go for a move on Albon. You know, do a little sandwich move, hold up Albon, let Tsunoda squeak through, and then leave the rest to me in terms of defense. Let's see here. So Albon's going to have DRS. He's probably going to get past us if he can get a good exit out of this last corner. And Tsunoda might have a run on us as well. 7/10 of a second. Let's turn on the battery here. But he's all the way down the straight. Albon, once again, right behind us. Okay, yeah, the battery's really helping us here. So he's not going to overtake us here. We might be able to hold him off for a few more laps. I'm hoping Yuki Tsunoda can squeeze through somehow. We're going to have to get fighting with Alex Albon. You know, just force one of us to make a mistake. And then that will hopefully let Yuki squeak through. I think what we're going to do here, we're going to try and go for an undercut because we're supposed to pit in 2 laps. And we're going on to the hard tires. So let's try a ballsy strategy move. See if we can further gap between the 2 of us. Or not the 2 of us, the 3 of us in this little race here. 4P4. We're going to dive into the pits right now. Get an early pit stop. And, you know, avoid getting into too much of a fight between these drivers here. So we're in the pit, 60 km/h speed limit. Gasly and Lawson dive into the pits as well on the soft tires. So hopefully we can get a good stop here. No mistakes, guys. Come on. Come on. Nice. Okay, we haven't had a mistake in a while. I feel like I just jinxed it there. But we're on the hard tires here. Get out behind Stroll, Bottas, Leclerc. And we just lose out to them, so hopefully we don't get caught in too much traffic here. Let these tires settle in, and then push forward, try and get past them. The DRS will help us as well if we can stay within DRS range. And I think we missed the undercut completely. I didn't even notice that the drivers up front might have pitted already. I mean, when we went into the pits, the leaders had like a 10-second lead over us, so there is a high chance that I just did not see them. But I thought maybe we'd be a little bit closer. And as a matter of fact, we dropped down to P8 as Alex Albon overtakes us. And then we got Ocon and Lewis Hamilton behind us, ready to take us all the way down to P10, which would only be scoring 1 point today. And I don't see Yuki Tsunoda either. He is not in the top 10 somehow, so I'm not sure what the heck is going on up front. Maybe those guys haven't pitted and they're just really staying out, or they're just way quicker than everyone else today. And I think it is the latter of those two, because I did not see them, and there's no way that they've stayed out on the mediums for 26 laps. That just seems kind of pointless. But we are trying our best here to pretty much stay in the points. There's a lineup of drivers hungry to pass us, and the way we've been driving today, I wouldn't be surprised if we tangled with a few more of them. We got Ocon behind us, Hamilton. I'm trying to see who else. I think the other Aston Martin is back there as well. But it's not looking good for us today. Thank God we had a good first half of the season. I feel like it's turning out to be the opposite here, as Ocon's going to have a go at us now. And we just can't stay within DRS range after they overtake us, and we have no chance to get the spot back. Maybe with Ocon it'll be a little bit different here. We're going to try our best as we follow him through the first few corners of this track. Another bank turn, and I think we might be a little bit quicker than him. Well, not a little bit quicker, but we are keeping up. 30% battery, going to use some of that. Try and stay right on his coattails through the hard right-hander. Gotta be very careful on the throttle here, especially in the dirty air. Yeah, we are keeping up with Ocon for now. We're gonna get DRS probably through the next turn here, and then probably we're gonna get DRS down at the main straight, and we can take the spot back because we are very close. So let's see, we're gonna turn on the DRS on Esteban Ocon. Hamilton falling back. We're not gonna get Ocon here, but just get a good exit through the next 2 corners, and we should be on our way to getting back up into P8. And Hamilton's going to have DRS as well. Oh, not the greatest entry into that corner, but we got the DRS. We got 30% batteries charged up. Now, hopefully, we can overtake Ocon here. Maybe Hamilton can have a go at him as well. And Ocon's going to see if he can save his P8 down the inside of Tarzan's corner. We're going to go around the outside, make it stick. And we're back up into P8 now, but the positions have reversed. And now Ocon is going to be right on our coattails. So it's going to be a wheel-to-wheel battle all the way to the finish. Hopefully, if we can hold on to our tires for the last few laps, because we did go in early. And that is going to affect our tire wear as these laps progress. Most people have at least one lap older, or one lap newer tires. So we are headed on to the final lap here after these next few corners. And it's going to be a race to the finish between myself and Esteban Ocon once again. He is going to have DRS down the main straight, which is the big problem. I think if we can get, get through the first corner without him passing us, we should be okay for the P8. It was not a good race for us today. And Ocon trying to see if he can make a move down the inside. We're going to go and cover him off. Now he switches, tries to go around the outside. Not going to be enough, so we are in front in P8 going into Tarzan's corner. And now we just got to hold off for the rest of the lap here. He might be right on our bumper as we go through this little swivel section at the end of Sector 1. And Ocon 1/10 of a second back. And then Hamilton's right there behind him, 0.3 of a second. So really, it's a three-way battle for this final, not final points position, but for this P8 position. And then they are going to have DRS here as well. So let's see, as we head through the first DRS zone of this lap, Ocon's going to try and go for the move, I think, down the outside. And then we're going to have to leave him space through the next corner. So he has 0.2 back. Oh, he's falling back now. Okay, I think we are good for this P8. Not the greatest race for us today. And Yuki Tsunoda, I don't even think finishes in the points. So we're going to cross the line here. Oh my god. Oh my god. Ocon was right there. I looked behind me. He was gone. He tried to make a move around the outside or down the inside. And doesn't get it. Thank god. We almost lost it there. But we're going to take this 4 points with a little bit of sadness, as it was not the greatest race from us today. It wasn't the greatest performance for Yuki Tsunoda either. He finishes in P11, just outside the points, and he was within 0.3 of Lewis Hamilton, I think. So he was right there as well in that battle for P8. If I screwed up or something happened between me and Esteban Ocon, he was right there to get in the points. But horrible showing for us today. We only scored 4 points, and as I said earlier, these performances by Yuki Tsunoda and myself today allow the other teams to close in, as McLaren is now only 13 points behind, Red Bull is 16 points behind, and then Ferrari's got a little bit of a ways to go, but they're still in talks with a few races left in the season. It looks like we are kind of having the opposite of what happened last season, where we had a horrible start and a great finish, and then this season we had a great start, and so far in this back half of the season, not looking great. There still is time to fix it though, so let's get back to the factory, see what we could do there, and get these upgrades in, starting with this front wing main flap. This is going to help with our front end downforce, which should put us in a really good spot for Japan. And I don't think we're going to have any more money here for up that. We set some activities as well for the team, and we finally had an upwards trajectory going into the Netherlands, because we had a few upgrades coming in, but that only put us in P5 in this development race. So Ferrari, Mercedes, Red Bull, and McLaren all ahead of us by quite some margin. After 1 week, we don't have enough for anything that is not durability, so we're going to go through and simulate some more so that we can get another major upgrade. So now we got 2,000 R upgrade that will help us run the car with a lower fuel, or we could go for a new rear floor under tray. This will help with weight reduction, and I think I might go with that. I don't really find that the fuel upgrades help too much, and it won't be ready for us until after the Japanese Grand Prix. Maybe we could risk it here with a 35% chance of failure. And then besides that, it won't be ready for us until the Mexican Grand Prix, which is a month. So we'll have a lot of time. So you know what, let's rush it. We don't usually rush, so hopefully the team is ready for a rushed upgrade. And we don't have any other chassis upgrades coming in. We got one in the aero department, one in the aerodynamics department. Let's sim through, see if we can get both those upgrades in. The front wing main flap comes in, beautiful. We got a marketing department event. Is this upgrade gonna come in? No, it does not come in on time. Do we have enough to restore it? I don't think so. Let's see here. That's what happens when you rush it. Lesson learned, as always. The rushed upgrades just do not work for me in this game cycle. We don't even have enough points to restore it. We're short by 50 points. Oh my gosh. Okay. Are we going to have another weekly resource? Okay, we are going to have enough to redo it here. But I don't think it will be ready for us until after the Grand Prix. So let's get that upgrade through. We will have one upgrade going into the Japanese Grand Prix. But that is going to be it for this one, guys. If you've watched up to this point, be sure to drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel. Let me know in the comments what you guys thought of the race. It was a very disappointing outing for myself and for Yuki Tsunoda. Well, I wouldn't say disappointing for Yuki Tsunoda, more consistent with what Yuki Tsunoda has been doing this season. But he's got his home Grand Prix up next, so maybe he can bounce back. He's still got a few races to save his reputation on this team. So we'll see, as we got 4 races left in the season, I think. But yeah, 4 races. We got Japan, Mexico, Portugal, and then Vegas for the season finale this time around. Yuki Tsunoda sitting down there with 19 points. We really should be leading this Constructors' Championship by quite some margin. But until then, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. Have a great day, everyone.